Hey!
So we were supposed to be on an hour ago, but we were drinking an hour ago. So
Yeah, the screen did the same shit?
yeah, but it's still on. So we just gonna have to.
That's crazy.
We're gonna have to.
That's crazy.
Because when I exit out of it, it's still gonna save it. So it is what it is. You know, Facebook be having their problems, man. They ain't perfect. They ain't the most perfect. Hold on. They ain't the most perfect
Technological.
software geniuses.
Yeah, they got it. You know how you saying the word. You know how you writing something or saying something, then you use a word, but you don't know how to use it or you don't know how to spell it, so you change the entire sentence.
But I had to think about what I wanted to say, and reimagine the sentence that I imagined in my brain to say what I wanted to say.
Gotcha.
All right, so yeah, something. Let's go on to simple. I was about to say retweet, man. I see it.
Take a look.
Get my social media is messed up. I'm stressed. Like, how long it took to get back on air. Like,
yeah, I think I've been here. Yes, I do know. I know exactly how long.
We really might have to do YouTube. It's probably easier, more viewers.
Yeah.
I see millions of views on videos over there. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not shooting guns, then your account is damn near safe. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't talking about conspiracy theories.
How the white man.
That is crazy on camera. I can't help it. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So Angel in here, so Angel, we're gonna rely on you to be our eyes and ears, I guess, technically.
Right, because
we can't see nothing like this.
Facebook is off the bull. You know what? I gotta delete that one video that I had, that 5-second video that went off private. Let's see if it's on her. All right, so now.
Can you hear, Angel, can you hear us? Can you hear us well?
Let me delete this. I guess so. Hey, so look, I'm about to play what I'll try to play before. And
Angel said everything cool. We centered.
Everything is everything.
The volume is good. Everything cool. All
right, so look, we about to play our intro that we had thought about.
Man, we had a nice little intro for y'all too.
And we got planned it out. We was going to do this, do that. But look, here, I'm about to play the intro, and then we can get into today's fourth. Oh shit.
It's gonna be an accelerated version, but we're
gonna get into today's topic.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. All right, now I gotta start it over because
I do not support the marijuana recreation movement. I'm gonna tell you why. We know that cigarettes and alcohol kill more people every year than marijuana and hard drugs. More people die from cigarettes and alcohol than marijuana and hard drugs. We know that. I don't have a problem with marijuana use for medicinal purposes. Somebody got cancer, somebody got some other issue, and the marijuana, eases the pain. I have no problem. I'm not speaking of medicinal. I'm speaking of recreation. And my objection has nothing to do with health, not physical health. It has to do with mental health and political health. The last thing you need to give an oppressed, lazy-ass people is another distraction to keep their ass oppressed and lazy. So you got black folks, we ain't got no schools, we ain't got no hospitals, we ain't got no banks, we ain't got no supermarkets, we ain't got no ships, we ain't got no distribution, we ain't got no factories, we ain't got no common sense. And on top of all that, you want to give us the right to smoke weed all day long? We will never get to where we need to be if you give us recreational drugs. It is a political sedative. This recreation marijuana movement is a movement to kill the revolutionary passion of young blacks by hooking a whole generation on dirty marijuana. And the reason I say dirty marijuana, you're going to sit here and tell me that the United States government doesn't have a plan to take the drugs that come into the black community so that it affects black men's reproduction, it affects black women's reproduction, and causes cancer and everything else. If you think the food is killing us, time when you start seeing the aftershocks of what the marijuana going to do to us. This.
All right. That's as much as I can stand from that nigga, because he get on my nerves. But some of the other shit he be talking about. But right. He do have his points. You know, I ain't gonna lie about that.
So who is that first off?
Nigga, I can't remember his name.
Dr. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but it's Umar.
Oh yeah, Dr. Umar. Yeah.
Umar Johnson, I think his last name is. And he has some. It's an older video, but somebody brought it up to us today in regards to something we should talk about. You know what I'm saying? And so we said, yeah, we can start with that. We can start, you know what I'm saying, talking about that and just get people's opinion on how do y'all feel about marijuana, medicinal or recreationally. Like, did y'all vote for it when it came up last year, a couple years ago? Did y'all not vote for it? Are y'all against it? And all rights? Are you for it in some rights? Like, first off, we wanted your opinion on what y'all think about it, and then how do y'all think it affects the community? White or black community?
Yeah, it's on your phone. Sorry, nothing.
From us, yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. All right, but how do I?
Yeah. So how do you feel about it?
Blew my eardrum out.
Huh? Did you do a whole 100?
Yeah, it just gotta go in the dryer because we don't have one.
Baby, you know it turns me on. Thank you so much.
So we probably got like 30 minutes.
Hey, so fellas out there, make sure to do your laundry. At all costs. But on a more serious note, look, how do I feel about hey, did y'all see the movie you see the movie Pineapple Express? Did y'all see the movie Pineapple Express? So in the beginning of the movie where they had a dude in there, he was in an underground bunker and they had him trying different weed and he was getting high and shit and then the nigga hit the Pineapple Express and was just zooted.
World, yeah.
Hey, so you mean to tell me that the weed out? I had a nigga tell me that the weed that he smoked in the 90s is not his new shit that's out here now. It's too strong. Like you crossed it and you crossed it and then crossed it. The THC levels is like 50% of the high shit, and it's not supposed to be like that. That's not how it's the natural chemistry of it. So you don't have the CBD in it that's equaling out that high, so you won't be on some in the hospital and shit.
On some psychosis type shit, like
Exactly. So I mean, but the medical marijuana, that's strictly for medical patients. That's different. They got the CBD and shit, but the recreational shit, that's niggas gonna be getting too geek, and niggas don't think it's a such thing as getting too geek. But like if I ain't saying I ever smoke, but what I'm saying is, if you sitting at home and you roll up a blunt and you smoke or a joint or a bong, whatever you do, and you smoke and you don't want to move for the rest of the day, especially if you smoke some indica, you don't want to move for the rest of the day. That's how I got you feeling. Like you just want to chill, you want to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people who smoke weed and they were supposed to go on a date, and they forgot where they put their wallet from the night before, and they was late for the date because they couldn't find their wallet. Like, or another story. Oh, you're supposed to be going on a date and you smoke some weed, and you know what I'm saying, you don't even feel like going on a date no more because you just want to chill because you done hit some kush or something like that. These are stories that haven't been told to me. You know what I'm saying?
Told to me too.
So I'm just saying, like as far as recreational purposes, recreational, we smoking a whole joint. medical, you might hit it 1-2 puffs. That's what the doctor recommends. You know.
So you agree with him. So you agree that the last thing that an oppressed people need is something to make them more lazy. So you agree with him. You thought you was gonna not agree with him, but you agree with him.
No, I agree with him with what he was saying in that specific segment of that video.
All right, so wait. So let's tackle that segment, then we can move on or not. So I just want to jump to what Angel said. Angel said, personally, I don't partake. However, I do believe alcohol kills. Hey, don't you talk about alcohol like that. However, I do believe alcohol kills more people, so it's more dangerous. Medicinal completely support.
Now, is she right about that fact? Yes. But, you know, I know, fuck it. I made a song about, you know, about what I went through and shit. You go listen to the song.
It's going to be next week's Songs of the Week.
The song, yeah, I do like the song, but like, I hate when motherfuckers listen to the song. But, so in that song, you know, you can listen to it or whatever. But anyways, I'm thinking, okay, that's an isolated incident. Oh shit, isolated incident. But I met 4 or 5 people and the same shit happened to them. So how is that an isolated incident? Same thing happened, like same exact thing that happened to me happened to them. So
right.
I know it ain't like a one-off, you know, with just me. So
even though you went through your situation, you didn't die, and the people that you met didn't die.
All right. But I didn't die. But I'm not about to dive into that because, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to talk about it, and I don't like motherfuckers being in my business. But you was there.
Yeah, I'll talk about it, man. I'll talk about it.
No, you was there, so.
Well, no, so I'm just saying. I mean, first off, ain't nobody watching, but Angel, your mom. So that's first off.
Watching right now.
People do rewatch these videos, though. But even still, without putting all your business out there, whatever. But you was to a point where, you know what I'm saying, you had to get help, and then you end up meeting other people that the same shit happened to them, right? So and I'm saying, even though I haven't even given my position, like I understand that you're saying that, yeah, I didn't die from it, but like, I could have lost my mind or you know what I'm saying, other mental stuff could have happened.
Like I could have lost my mind. I could have did some harm to someone else or myself, just because of the mental state I was in.
Right.
And, you know, the brain is more powerful than people think. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to explain without looking like crazy and shit. But
man, fuck it, man. You gotta speak your piece sometimes.
But what I'm saying is, if you're not in the right mind state of smoking something that supposed to, you know, that everybody smoke and nothing happens, all you want to do is eat, you know, eat food, sleep,
smoke more,
you know, watch movies,
like comedy, like earthquake and shit. Like just the same comedy routine.
Hey, that shit is funny as fuck. Even when I see them in person, I'm still laughing at the same jokes I watched like 20 times over. That shit's so funny. But look, you know, okay, that shit is cool, but it might not be the first time, but as you build up that tolerance and you start blowing strong, because you know you started off on some reggae, you start blowing strong, you start doing vapors, you start hitting the bomb, and your tolerance is going to build up to the point where that shit might happen, but you don't know. So, okay, you got people that say, you know, that doesn't happen to everybody. That has to have, you have to have something in you, and you have to happen. I already had to be in you before, which is partly true. I didn't know that, you know, that was going to be in me. You know what I'm saying? But it happened. So there's no way to tell, like, okay, you're predisposed to this happening to you or not. So you got recreational weed popping up everywhere. Of course, niggas gonna try because it's legal. Like, you can't get arrested for it. And then you will see more cases of people in the hospital, which has been happening. If you look at, look what happened in Denver. They say a lot of people come in for the hospital experiencing symptoms of psychosis. Now, the thing about psychosis is not that you have schizophrenia or some shit. It's like basically when somebody who has schizophrenia, they have psychosis, that's called like an episode. So people who smoke this weed, they have an episode, but that don't mean they schizophrenic or whatever. So, but it could go away or it could stay. Luckily for me, I'm good. Because I wouldn't wish that shit on nobody, but but some people I know personally that shit did not go away, and they're still going through it to this day. So
look, I completely understand, and my position on it is that I don't know if I agree with him specifically, but I agree that we need. That's not what we need as a people. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a person that never partook, ever, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know the feeling, so I can't say if it was worth it or if it's not worth it or any of that, because I don't know from first-hand experience, so I can't say. But to Angel's argument or whatever, as far as that drunk drivers kill more people, drunk or alcohol kill more people. Now, I agree with you numbers, strictly numbers-wise, I agree with you. Now, when you started talking about just in general, though, I think that all things mind-altering, including marijuana, alcohol, harder drugs and stuff, I think they all can add up to, they all can lead their own category. So what Byron's talking about as far as being marijuana mentally breaking you or giving you a chemical imbalance of sorts or something to the point where you mentally are not yourself and then you can do some harm to yourself or others. I think that if you do that, you know what I'm saying? Then you can say that marijuana is harmful to people. Marijuana can kill people or can get to the point where people commit suicide or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think depending on you want to talk about numbers specifically and not what comes from smoking weed, what are the possibilities, then yes, I think that each thing, alcohol or hard drugs or whatever, can lead their own categories, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to just saying marijuana does nothing to hurt people, I just think that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? Hurt people or people around people, I just don't think it's true.
Right. And people, I didn't mean to cut you off. But then people, people don't have what happened to me or whatever. Okay, that's cool. But then you have people who say I can't live without it. I need it. I get down or I get I just need to calm myself down. But you just smoking all day. The shit, it's basically you see a nigga smoking pack of Newports all day and shit. I mean, that's how niggas do.
That's what they do.
You know what I'm
saying? And you're right about that. You're right about people saying that. But there's people that say the same thing about alcohol. That they need it, that they have to be around it, that they need it to function. And there are functioning, whatever you want to call them, functional crackheads, functional cocaine. There are people that go to work, you know what I'm saying, and then go on the weekend or whatever and take their high, you know what I'm saying? There are people that use drugs and stuff like that responsibly, but it's way too far in between.
No, you say use drugs. You say use drugs responsibly.
You don't think so? You don't think that nigga George Bush Jr. is a fucking cocaine addict, you know what I'm saying? But he was the president, he's a functioning drug addict, man. You haven't seen it? Come on, man. Think about 90th. Think about how many crackheads on 90th. And this might not have been true for your houses. Y'all was kind of on your own little island, you know what I'm saying? Nobody mess with y'all, you know what I'm saying? One way or the other, nobody mess with y'all. So your house might have been a little bit different. But what Mo was doing on 90th, opened us up to a whole world of characters, right? So we had crackheads that were just, you know what I'm saying, crack addicts, whatever, that were functional for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, they'll go and they'll go and work, you know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of work it is, whether it's being a mechanic, whether it's nigga cutting grass. I'm just saying, hey, work, and nigga out there working, you know what I'm saying? But niggas just be like I need to heat these ramen noodles up in your microwave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to heat up the ramen noodles because I don't have a microwave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but this is a nigga, as a dude that I know that gets served, you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga do random odds and ends around the neighborhood. Like, everyone knows this. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just do weird stuff. Like I wouldn't come to your house and be like, hey, let me use your microwave to heat up some ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
He probably sold his microwave.
He probably did. He probably did. But he was functional enough to, you know what I'm saying, be able to. He didn't ask for the noodles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, hey, you got some food? Like, you know, I got food. Like, I just need to. I don't have a microwave no more, and I just need to use the microwave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so functional enough to know the stuff you got to do. Like, not just somebody that's sitting on the corner, or, you know what I'm saying, that's necessarily robbing or killing to get their drugs, you know what I'm saying? But then you still a crackhead because you need to, because we know you around the neighborhood, and two, because you need to use somebody's microwave to make ramen noodles.
I mean,
you're damn wrong.
But yeah, like you were saying, I mean, yeah, there's people that function on drugs, but for a majority of the part though is like, if you gotta, if the drug or alcohol, whatever, becomes more important than your family or your self-help,
You're not functioning no more.
You know.
Now you're just a drug addict, though.
Yeah. You know. But
what does it say?
I mean, but as far as the weed go, man, medical marijuana, that's cool, but some it's some people that don't need to be smoking and shit. Like, you ever be talking to somebody and having a conversation, and I feel it would be just forgetting shit or keep saying the same shit because you didn't forget.
Repeating it over.
Nigga, you just too high.
Yeah,
but from what I've been told, nigga, yeah, you do. Depending on what you smoking, yes, the short-term memory is horrible, trash. But do it. From what I heard, do it feel better than drinking? Yes, nigga. Yes.
I don't know. I can't.
Like, it's more relaxing than drinking any type of alcohol, from what I heard. So.
I can't comment because I don't know, because I never did it. But but I can say that she is. I'd say that though.
All right.
You ever had Douce?
Nigga, from what I
y'all ever had Douce?
All right, but have you ever had Douce? From what I heard, and
what is it?
A perfectly rolled Swisher Sweet, because this person can roll, and some head. That's all you need for the night, and you go out to the club having a great time.
Just too much.
But you can still function. But it feels like this one drink, you can have like 5, 6 of them, and you don't even need to drink that much.
Well, you know, I had cigars, so I'm just saying.
It's kind of like, from what I heard, if you had a cigar and you was drinking, it put your buzz up.
Yeah, another level. But it's minus all of the extra hassle of just it being illegal. You know what I'm saying? I get in this instance, I'm talking about it being legal. But the sneaking, the paranoia, like, I don't have none of that shit. Like, I don't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, from what I heard, if you're in the house, you're cool. Yeah. Driving on the freeway, cool. Driving on the streets, risky. But I know somebody who survived those times.
Well, you know, shit, survival is all that matters.
But, like, okay, so it's becoming legal, and, you know, niggas who, you know, you already know it's young people today that's, underage. Like, I don't know, man. That's it.
Like, I just don't think. All right, I agree that it's not something that we need, but I also don't think that that's the one thing that's holding us down.
True.
Because, all right, so we like for recreational use, it's only legal in Chicago.
It's like
not Chicago.
Like 15, 20 states, maybe. From last time I checked,
it's like it's decriminalized in a bunch of states, but like where it's completely legal, where any person can walk into. It's only like it's not that many places. It's like Denver, it's like Colorado, California, and it's like another like.
Oh, it's more than that. Trust me.
It can't be that many though. It's only 50 states. 48 in the 48
like 20 states is legal, but the laws is different. Like some states would be like, okay, recreational is legal and medical, but with the recreational, you can't buy it in stores. You got to throw it at home. Like it's stupid.
Well,
like shit like that. Or this state, you can buy it's legal, and you can buy it, and it's medical is legal, but then still to get even the medical, you still got to have a card. Well, shit like that.
Well, I don't know the rules, but I know it's not super wide. It's more states that still got it criminalized and decriminalized. I know that. Yeah. Like,
but it's criminalized federally everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
So the stores that selling it can still get busted.
The feds run in.
You know what I'm saying? Obama said, chill out, but not with boy.
So I just don't know, man. Like I don't think that that's the most pressing issue. Like I don't feel like that's the one thing that somebody needs to tackle as far as what we need or don't need. Like, I don't think that's it's way more important shit to worry about than black people smoking weed or weed being legal in the black neighborhood. But fine, like if you feel like that's something that the black neighborhood definitely don't need, I can agree with you, like in general, but the rest of his message go on to, and for the people that heard the full thing, we had time we were playing, but as y'all know, we're kind of playing catch up. So the rest of his message dealt with like parents just accepting the fact that like teachers say that their kids need to be on medicine or diagnose them with like ADHD or like learning disabilities or like assignment disabilities and stuff like that. So what do you think about that? Do you think that there's a such thing as learning disabilities? And you guys too, like let us know. Do you think there's a such thing as like actual learning disabilities, or do you believe that ADHD is a real thing, or is it something that's made up? Or like, what do you feel about it?
Do I believe people don't learn the same way? Yes, I believe that. So
I agree with that.
So if you expect somebody to learn, sit down and I teach this. You're supposed to learn it way. Like not everybody gonna learn like that. And this is coming from me because I be sitting down in the classroom, motherfuckers be talking all day like. Man, I could just read a book and half the time that you teaching this shit, and I'm gonna know exactly what you're saying, and it's gonna be on the test. Anyways, but that's just me personally. Now, are there people in this world that have disabilities as far as mentally? Yes. Do all of them need to be on medicine? No, because most of the medicine just how you. I don't want to do nothing today. Like that's how most of the medicine have you. So like nobody wants to be on that. Like man. So anyway, back to what we were saying earlier. Mm-hmm. After that situation I had, so they gave me some pills and shit. So I never felt like myself taking that shit. Like I never wanted to do nothing. A nigga was 175. No, 225.
This is before marriage, so I'm married.
No, but it makes you eat though. Like I was always an active person or whatever, but that medicine just had you hungry all day. So of course I'm smashed. Like I'm just I'm just in a relationship with my wife. She cooking some fucking shepherd's pie. Like I never heard of that shit. but
I have no idea what that is.
It was good. She cooking fucking lasagna, just all this shit. You know, and next thing I know, it's good.
Whatever. Of course, I don't care about it.
Of course, it's Caucasian.
I mean,
of course. Of course it is. But
like the thought is like, what the fuck is a shepherd's pie? Like that? Is it?
It's like
lamb? Like a sheep? Like a shepherd? Like what the? Like
peas, carrots, ground beef, and then you put mashed potatoes on top.
So the casserole? They're the kings of the casserole.
Yeah, you bake it. Yeah, so it's a casserole dish.
Oh,
hell yeah.
So the kings of them casseroles, y'all watch out. All right, but anyway, go back to what you said.
I was thinking about a 50, 60, like how they was at the house. They had to think of some shit to eat. So something quick for the family. Something quick for the family to come home. So to eat.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's some eating shit like that. So and I'm hungry at the same time. So of course I gained 50 pounds. Like, and then I didn't want to do nothing like work out like I was doing, all my life. So of course I blew up to 50. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get off of that shit because first of all I didn't need it, and secondly, like no one needs that shit. But did it help a little bit? Yes, but the side effects are worse than it's not a proper trade-off for me.
Okay. So pretty much what he was saying in the rest of the video was that pretty much no kids need to be on that type of any type of medication where it just kills your brain cells, where it just makes you lazier. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, if I have my own school, like we wouldn't have no separate classes for this and this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you got a like an energy attention problem, like we're gonna work you then. We're gonna work you all the way until you begging for a break. You know what I'm saying? Like if you if you don't like to read or something, like well cool. Like well, you're gonna read on Saturdays too. Like not only Monday through Friday, but you're gonna read on Saturdays too. If you don't like to do math, cool. But you're gonna do math on Sundays right after church. So you're gonna leave white Jesus. You're gonna come do this white math or whatever you said. Like so
that's what I like that nigga, man.
So he was saying that like pretty much nobody needs, like children don't need to be on these certain type of medicine that dulls the brain, and that parents, like the reason for the majority of the people, that the sole reason that they have that they even took their kids to doctors to be diagnosed as ADHD or some type of attention deficit is because their teacher recommended it. Not that they felt like their kid was off or something going on with the kid, but that like a white teacher, is what he said, recommended that, or your kid might be off, so get them tested, and then you get tested, and then this is what the doctor says. But his last point was that you can't prove that somebody have a reading disorder. You can't prove that somebody have a this disorder, or you can't prove that somebody has an attention deficit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't prove it. So why are there way more kids diagnosed with it now than there has ever been? And this is something that he said earlier in the video, was that the same year, 1980, when they dropped off crack into the black neighborhoods, when they invented ADHD. So that means that as more black parents and black children got crack in their system in some sort of way, like maybe not directly like kids using crack, but like being affected by it with the family, that they'll have a new diagnosis to give to black children in black neighborhoods, ability, like another way to break up the black family, to separate the black kids, the black dad is already in jail, is gone, and then to make the mom seem like an unfit parent. This started back in the 1980s where they dropped off crack.
No, go ahead.
So I don't want to say. So Angel she said a bunch of stuff about casserole, and then she said he did not believe in special ed classes. So even people that did legitimately have, let's say, autism or something, that they didn't need to be separated from like a normal class. Now that part I completely agree with.
Yes, I agree.
If I have my own school, there ain't gonna be none of that fucking. We're gonna make fun of, you know what I'm saying? What's the problem? Ain't gonna be none of that shit. We're running.
Now, you know, I used to for how many years? I don't know.
For a while though.
For a good minute, I used to work with people who have mental disabilities and stuff like that. And for what I learned is they just like me and you know, but they're not all the way together. But the motherfuckers is not so-called. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say
retarded
retarded.
Yeah, like,
you know,
like that ain't the case at all.
You know, or slow or whatever. They faster than what you think.
Right.
Now, you know, I'm the type of person that treat people for who they are. So, you know, I'll go in the house and I'm gonna be me and they're gonna be them. So so around, you know, like the supervisor, manager that'll be around and they'll be talking, you know, all normal. Motherfucker, he'll leave. The one dude said to me, he's gay as fuck. I heard him on the phone talking about he about to go on a date with his boyfriend tonight. This is real. Like they talking just, you know, just like how you were. Now, I didn't mean to offend anybody with that if you're offended, but I didn't say that. He did, taking up with him. So look, you know what I'm saying? They talk just like me and you cussing. You know what I'm saying? Man, I had this one instance where a dude gonna say, "Oh, I'm about to call it Barry." Now, for those who don't know what a berry is, it's short for strawberry.
Well, I don't think your mom in chat, so go ahead and let them know what it means.
And a strawberry is a prostitute. You know, short for brought on by the infamous Ice Cube. The word, you know, it's made famous by Ice Cube. Now, so, you know, this so-called slow person, you know, called a berry over. I'm like, man, stop playing. Anybody call. What? You lying, man. You called a berry. So anyway, he called on the phone. She showed up. And he was like, yeah, there she go over there. She, you know, she across the parking lot. He was like, I like that.
Nigga, was I there for this? Like, I feel like I remember being there. Like, dude wouldn't let her up. But he called her, pulled up.
No, yeah, I think he was. Yeah,
nigga,
he was
that's hilarious.
So he was like, so she pulled up, and he was. I'm like, why you tell her, you know, that you got that, you know, apartment over there? He said, you know, I like to make sure they ain't ugly before they come in. Now you trying to tell me is that slow? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a real story.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
They not slow.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, they have, you know, disabilities. It might be, you know, anger, or just not understanding, or not.
So, all right. So wait a minute. So we kind of got off track. Do you believe that they should be in separate classes or not?
Separate? No. But
okay.
as far as like public schools are concerned, compared to private schools, I went to both. You know, private school classes are smaller, so you got more one-on-one
interaction.
You know, interaction with kids. So, at a private school, it's different. They don't have sort of quote unquote slow classes. Excuse me. They have, you know, you're in the same classroom and you learn like everybody else. But in a public school, you know, these are the special kids.
Put them off in the corner.
And I'm looking like these motherfuckers ain't special as you motherfucking think.
Yeah, I even in like, so I was you as an adult, but even as a person in high school, like, I was cool with a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? Because when I say a bunch of them, let me clarify. A bunch of them, meaning in the slow class, special needs class, whatever you want to call it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that I felt like they needed to be there. That's just where they were. Like, but them niggas were cool. Just like, I mean, they people. Just like, look, I had an attorney tell me this shit on Friday. I was telling him about bowling for backpacks for bowling, which y'all should already know what that's about, but we'll plug it at the end. I was telling him about that. He was talking about how he, you know, the Lord blessed him with all his money and shit. He's an attorney. Like how he's able to move the way he moved. Like he always give money to charities and stuff like that. He never really volunteers his time. And he said one of the reasons that I do, or one of the reasons that I don't, is because it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable talking to like a 30, 35-year-old a person with a learning disability, with special needs or whatever, then like I can sit there and talk. And he was rationalizing this himself that how is it cool that I can talk to a 4-year-old that don't know how to fucking talk or put logic, thought, or communicate, as accurate as a normal person or a normal adult or whatever. Like, but I can talk to them for hours. Like, but I'm uncomfortable just being around and having a conversation with somebody that's 35 or 40, but they're a learning disability. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think that schools do the same shit. Like they feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable, not that other students or that the students that they're putting in these disability special needs classes or anything feel a certain way. They feel like I feel like they are the ones who are actually not feeling it, like the ones that are actually feeling a certain type of way. And they're like, well, we need to have separation, you know what I'm saying, to protect them or whatever, when actually they need to be included so that they don't feel like they're different from other people. So exactly. To the point where they feel like they're just another fucking student, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just like
because you try to tell me that they don't feel it, like
like we're in a separate class downstairs underneath the steps, and everybody else got classes that they walk to, you know what I'm saying, every single time. Like they understand that, you know what I'm saying?
Right, because they're not slow. Like I said again, they might not learn or understand as you think about stuff.
Like it just made me think about high school, and like I was super cool with like so many of these people in these classes, like they were super cool, like they was cool people, like you know what I'm saying, and at the time, like you don't understand, you might understand, but you don't think of why are they separate. Like as an adult now, like I think like nigga, having them separate don't make no fucking sense. Like you worried about them being talked about, nigga. I get talked about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like so they ain't nothing
different. There should
be
somebody in the classroom like, no, don't be on that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's period. Like that's just raising your kids to be a good person instead of being an asshole.
Right.
Towards anybody, special needs or not. Like that's what it should be.
Like I'm not gonna ride nobody who got special needs or whatever, unless I know them. Like I can do a funny story about actual shit that happened or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. But so that shit not funny to me. But ride somebody who can't dress or just a stupid ass person. Yes, that is hilarious. Yeah, I'll go in. But being funny about somebody who has something that they can't help about themselves, right. That shit not funny to me at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I think that principals and superintendents that run these schools, they're concerned about. They feel like, oh man, I don't want these kids to be talked about or whatever it is that they're thinking. Like, I don't think that they're looking on the glass half full. Like, I want these people to feel included. Like, I want these people to feel like they are not different than other students. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you were saying, like there should be a teacher or a teacher aide or somebody in there to say, like, knock that shit off. Whether you're talking about somebody with special needs, whether you're talking about somebody that can't dress or anything, like that's some shit that should be corrected regardless. Yeah. Like of whatever is going on.
Hey, but I was when I said what I was saying, I'm talking about in general, like about. No, I wasn't talking about like kids talking about bullying. You know what I'm saying? Of course not. Like,
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, bullying is a different topic because I don't know. Because we
talked about that before.
Because what I consider bullying and what society considers bullying today is two different things. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's nigga, the bullying shit kind of would take me out because like people tell their kids, you guys that have kids, tell their kids, you know what I'm saying, that they special. Your kid's not special though. You know what I'm saying? I almost said some stuff about it, but I'm not even gonna say it. But like your kid's not special. Like if you watching this, your kid's not special.
Yeah.
They not special. Like they people just like everybody else's people, but they're not special. Mm-hmm. Now if you encourage them to be whatever they want to be or to be the best them they can be, cool. I have no problem with that. Yes, they can be the best them, but that don't make them special, nigga. Everybody can be the best them that they want to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So kids ain't special.
Hey, Oh, say what you.
Kids ain't special, but they need to be looked after, but not made out to be treated like they're different than everybody else.
Exactly.
No, across the board, whether you white or you black, private school, public school, special needs, normal, or whatever you want to call them. Nigga can play an instrument, can't play an instrument. Like nigga, like y'all like fucking special because you can play an instrument, or you can speak another language. Like that don't make you special. You know what I'm saying? Like cool. That's a skill. That's good, but that don't make you special. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, nobody is special. Nobody is over the next person. To me,
like it just goes back to treat. You know, everybody like how you want to be treated. That's it. That's all it goes back to. But you know, on a lighter note, hey, so remember that one time, you know, I was cutting.
Say that nigga's name.
I was cutting James' hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm cutting his hair, lining him up. This was on your mother's porch, so I'm lining him. No, wait, I lined you up first, right? Yeah, I lined you up first, and so then it was his turn to get into the chair, and it was 3 chairs. You know, you was in the cutting chair. I had my chair. There was another chair. He was waiting, and you know, so he was done. It was time for James to get a line up.
I remember the story.
He took his chair and moved his barber chair, put his chair there, even though they're the same chair. Now, like, what did you? Like, we said, what did you do? Like, just to say, like, what are you doing? Just get in the barber chair, man. Like, there's no need for that, man. No need for it. But yeah, that was just on a lighter note from, you know, the seriousness that we were talking about. Hey, so remember that time we was in GameStop, right? We were in GameStop. I don't know what we was in there for. And, you know, I don't know. We was probably trying to get a controller. I don't know. So, dude walk in. It was like, do y'all got that game system that take the disc and the cassettes? He was like, I can't finish that. That shit too funny. Hold on, let me try to get some composure, man. So he's like, you know, do y'all got the system that's black, that take the cassettes and the CDs? She was like, are you talking about like a PS3? No, let me get my composure. He was like, are you talking about, you know, a PS3? He's like, no, it's not a PS3, but it's like black and it take this and it's take cassette. It was, you know, are you talking about a Nintendo 64? No, it's black. It takes CDs and it takes cassettes, you know. So I'm thinking like, are you talking about like something that ain't been made yet or something new? Like you see something in a magazine or something? I was confused. I don't know. Hey. You know. Hey.
Oh man.
You know, but why he laughing? So look, anybody see that movie, The Ringer? It's a great movie.
It's actually a really good movie. That's a good movie, man.
Like, that movie came out when I was like in high school, so we in the class. I guess we was talking about the movie or something, and the one girl was like, I don't like that movie. How they hit people, just really making fun of it. No, nigga, that's the truth. That's what really happened. The fun, like they're normal just like me and you, but they just do stupid stuff like everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care. And you see how they check the nigga like, you not like us. Like that's like the nigga. Like they not stupid. Like don't try to play. Like don't try to talk down on them like they stupid because they're not stupid. Like they weren't stupid.
Oh my god.
Like you scratch my CD, nigga. Like like they straight. They will check you. Like nigga, you scratch my CD.
Oh man. Well, my bad. Like, I'm back. I'm back, man. I apologize that I just couldn't get it together. I'm blaming this tequila and lime and ginger ale.
So yeah, it's been about an hour. I think it's time to plug.
That's
fucking plug the book bags for bowling event.
The fucking there you go. Yo,
I can remember that like yesterday.
James moving the fucking chairs was the funniest shit that ever happened. Because before we said something though, I remember looking at it like, what? Like, why would you do this? Like, why would you do this though? Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you do that though? Like, nothing about it made sense, man. And then like when you said something, like he thought about it himself. Like, okay. Like, but like initially, like, why the fuck would you do that though? It just don't make sense. Like, so great. So great. So nigga, that's fucking hysterical. I don't even know. I think you asked me something, but I don't remember. That shit was funny. Y'all in the comments ain't said nothing like, I don't know if we're doing good, I don't know if we're doing bad, I don't fucking know what's going on anymore. I was lost for a long time. Like, I couldn't stop laughing for a long time. The GameStop shit was hilarious. Like, and look, for all we know, this dude might have been straight serious. Like James, we know got some type of disability of some sort, right? Cool dude. Like I hang with James to this day. Like James a cool dude. Like this dude at GameStop, nigga, we have no idea. Like he could have been a completely sensible person, like, but he just didn't know what he was talking about, and it was the funniest shit ever.
Like when he left the dude behind the
counter,
he's like, he come in and do this every week. But you know, but the crazy part was we were just in there, you know, we having a conversation like we usually do, and we hear, you have, like, cause we trying to help, like, I was about to help out, like, oh, you talking about, and I heard him say, it's black, and it got the CD drive, and then it can take the, you know, the cassettes, and I was, wait a minute.
Nigga, like, what are you talking about? I remember being in there, like, I don't remember what came of it, but I remember being in there, looking like, the cassettes? Like, this dude, like, you talking about this? Like, no. You talking about this? No, like, dude was so serious, though. Like, no, like, the one that tastes like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, I know I was on the floor. For those of y'all that's joining us, that thing we're gonna talk about Mexico and stuff. That was a plan, but the only thing we can give is a nice little toast.
Man.
Toast, nigga, grab your glass.
I'm gonna go back to Mexico.
To Mexico, man. To Mexico and independent.
Yeah.
Or French, cause fucking niggas.
So yeah, you know, August 10th, 6 p.m. Grab your tickets for bowling, book bags for bowling, and you know, please, you know, support a great cause. We'll have physical tickets soon, but we are working on creating a way where you can just go online and, you know, buy your tickets or whatever, so you don't gotta see us.
Yeah, I mean, we don't mind dropping out stuff, and then the people that do, I mean, the reason why it's taking so long to do the online stuff for the fundraiser is that, one, there's so many ways to do it these days where you don't need that. So whether it is PayPal or Cash App or something like that, like we can exchange money and information, you know what I'm saying, without actually physically needing up. I'm not against it though.
You know what? No, I'll talk to you. This is about business. You just reminded me of something, but yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, either way.
Oh, it'll be. Well, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna figure it's a way. I know it for a fact because we done did it before to buy something, but it's a way you can go. You will be able to go to our page. We'll take you to a link where you can buy tickets to the event. I just gotta figure out how to do it.
I already know how to do it, but they use a server. They end up taking a percentage, and we're trying to limit that as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And way we can give as much stuff to the kids. Like, so the maximum amount of money can go to buying school supplies and stuff like that to stuff these backpacks that hopefully y'all bring. And then we will be able to give them out to kids. And these are kids that, you know, say special needs or otherwise, and that's not going to have any bearing on whatever we're doing.
Yeah, or kids who really, for real, cannot afford.
Just can't afford it, man.
It's more, man. It's more so they can't afford a book bag and can't afford a lot of more things. You know what I'm saying? This is shit.
And this would be one thing that we can help them out with, so that their parents can focus on. They got making sure that the kids got enough underwear, socks, or whatever, clothes, or whatever the case is for the school year. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all jokes aside, like please join us for this, man. Like, we're really trying to do something good, just for kids around just around Cobb County, like around Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean just Cleveland. That could be Cleveland Heights. That could be Euclid, Lakewood, like wherever the fuck the need is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be able to do that. Like, we want to be able to help some parents out that can't really afford it. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, Mike can only afford this, and this, but you got a school list of things, crayons and all type of other stuff that your kids need, you know, to be successful for the year, or at least for the first semester, and or the first semester, and you know, saying that you're not able to do it at the time because of you gotta buy clothes, you gotta pay dues if they want to play football for the year, or something like that. Like there's all type of stuff. So like, I really wish that y'all can just help us out, man. Whether if it's bringing book bags, or if it's donating money, if it's buying a lane, whatever it is, like, we really want to do some good here. And I know it's way out, so a lot of people like, well, I'll donate later, or I'll wait till we get closer, which is cool too. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you reserve a lane, like I say, you can come out and bowl with us and do some 50-50 raffles, and you know, all this stuff, man. Like, we're just trying to.
It's guaranteed to be a great time.
Just having a good time, man. Come hang out with us.
Like, I want to bowl, but yeah, I might have to do some work. But I want to bowl. Niggas.
We're not gonna be able to bowl.
I'm gonna throw a couple frames. I'll get a couple frames in.
I'm almost guaranteed that we won't be able to bowl, but if there is a way that we can bowl, we'd love to hang out with y'all and just meet the people that watch the show, whether you watch it live or you watch it later. Just anything. Like, we'd love to hang out with y'all, man, and see what y'all about, and then let y'all can empower us to be able to do something good for the city, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
We talk a lot of stories about all type of stuff about there you go. I mean, literally about all type
like funny stuff from the past, but at the same time, it's kind of depressing or whatever. But we know, even though we're in a better space now, we know how it was back then. So
yes,
and we know people that's going through it. So, you know, why wouldn't we want to try to do something
for the city, man? And as much, and personally, as much as I rag on Steve Harvey and say fuck that nigga, how can I rag on him and not do as much as I possibly can to actually do something to benefit the city? I just don't fuck with the nigga, I mean, personally, but whatever. If y'all watch Family Feud, then cool, you know what I'm saying? But I don't fuck with the nigga.
He didn't want to come back to Cleveland for a funeral. He said out his own mouth.
This is weird. It's just weird. But that's neither here nor there. Not
a funeral.
That's neither here nor there. Always saying we want to do something good. We want to be something positive for the city. It's a bunch of other people doing positive stuff, and I'm not knocking them at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hopefully they can support us. We can support them, or whatever, and then we can just move the city forward as much as possible. Like, you know, that's always been the goal. Whether we were talking about musical artists, or you're talking about people that's doing anything arts related, so whether that's graffiti or anything like that, like just anything going on positive around the city. When we was doing the ePIFFany radio, now we're doing the ePIFFany media. We want to do something good for the kids.
Exactly. So what he just said brings me to my next point. You know, I talked about, you know, people doing stuff around the city. This week we'll be featuring this week is Small Business Week, correct?
Small Business Week, it is.
So, you know, today was Sunday. We taking up our this is our day. You know what I'm saying? We showcasing our business, but check our social medias. Epiphany got me on Instagram.
Facebook.com/Epiphany Media.
And and you'll see a different small business featured every day.
Yep.
Places that I've been, that I spent my money in. So, and that he spent his money in too.
So that we can bring y'all authentic reviews. Like when we co-sign these people, that means we really co-sign them. So like if you have any faith in us as people that speak what's on their mind or had a feeling on their sleeves or whatever it is, like, because we can have some stuff that's been crap and we will tell y'all that it's crap. Like, so those won't be the ones that we highlight, in this small business week. So if you are a business or know a business and want to get it highlighted, just message us and we can have a conversation and we choose to highlight you. We're cool. And if we don't, then that's cool too. Keep doing your thing.
We can always highlight you in the future as well.
Exactly.
So we might not get to you this week because I already got some. I don't know about you. I got a couple. So I got a couple. I got one more slot, but if I ain't never been there before, then I don't know if I'm honestly, I don't know if I can co-sign you, and I ain't never I'm not going to co-sign you just because you're doing. I need to
know that your product is good.
If you're making cups, you know what I'm saying. I need it.
You need to know that your cup is not falling apart.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You're making chairs, making computers, something.
Yeah,
I need to know.
And I'm open this week because if I have to come by this week or order your food this week or whatever the case is, I'm down for that. Like I'm always down to support the city. I'm always down to support small businesses. I'm always down to support Black businesses. So, like if you fall in any other categories, then like I'm always down to support. So
and not only Black businesses, but small minority businesses and small businesses in general. But you got anything else to say?
What? Since when?
Oh, you got some more to say?
No, not on air. Since when though? I want to know when. Since when? All right, man. So we're gonna get out y'all hair. Like I said, if y'all need more information, definitely message us. Facebook.com/Epiphany Media, Instagram, epiphany.media.com. You can always go to the website, send us a message, whatever you need. Definitely let us know. You can reserve a lane for your entire family, some cheap fun, you get some good food, some good music. Just come out and have a good time and support something good. Hold on. What Angel said, I like that, Byron. I don't know what that means. But then,
trust me, I don't remember what I said.
I don't know what that means. And then your mom said, I just been listening, which is great. I'm glad you're listening. You don't have to watch, and I'm glad you're listening. I'm getting back to uploading the videos on YouTube, so that works as an easier platform for you. Definitely be on the lookout for that. Like literally, I uploaded like 6 or so today, so tonight they'll be up there. Yeah, man. Like I said, you can reserve an entire lane August 10th for your entire family. Some good tea fun, and you having a good cause. And I think it would just be positive for everybody.
Right. So please support, and as always, own your own.
Hey, man. We're going to say salute to the city. We don't know what's going on with the computer. Well, clearly, y'all can still see it and talk to it, but
it's a Facebook problem.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's resolved.
We don't know when or if it's going to end. So salute to the city, man. We'll talk to y'all next week. And be on the lookout for Music Monday tomorrow. Be on the lookout for all these businesses. We're going to send y'all this upcoming week as well.
And go support them as well.
Hey, and we'll see y'all next week as well as August 10th, man. We out of here.
All right.